They said it was impossible, that Rockstar would never allow players to create a truly personalized home in a world as vast and chaotic as Grand Theft Auto 6. But rumors are flooding the community that not only might we get to rampage across a beautifully detailed map, we may be able to customize and upgrade our very own personal base from floor to ceiling. That shocking claim has ignited forums, comment sections, and social media alike, leaving fans to speculate if we are on the verge of a revolutionary step forward in open-world immersion. Is Rockstar finally ready to give us that full interior customization many have dreamed about since the beginnings of the franchise? Today, we are going to peel back the layers of speculation, decode the hints left in official trailers, and dive into the wildest theories the community has to offer about this alleged house customization system. In this in-depth exploration, we will talk about the clues hidden in background construction scenes, the legacy of scrapped property design features from past games, and the potential story impacts of letting players shape their own safe house from the ground up. Ready for an adrenaline rush of pure possibility? Let's find out. Picture the opening shot. A rugged protagonist named Jason steps into a half-constructed living room filled with scattered paint cans and a leaning ladder. A single light bulb dangles from an unfinished ceiling. Fans who saw these fleeting seconds of footage cannot stop talking about it, convinced that this early environment is far from a decorative afterthought. Instead, they believe it's a neon sign blinking customizable safe house ahead, showcasing what might be an unprecedented level of freedom in the franchise. In one moment, we see Jason walking through that half-built space. In another quick flash, the lighting fixture is different. The walls look partially repainted, and there's new furniture in the background. Could Rockstar have deliberately teased that we might soon pick our own paint colors, furniture sets, or even layout designs? We've also got the tantalizing speculation that Grand Theft Auto 6 is set to release around the end of May in the year 2026. Although official confirmations are still coming in waves, the community is determined to fit every rumor, hint, and leak into a tidy timeline. That second trailer alone, according to eager analysts, might have revealed major glimpses of the game's free-roaming activities. Fans dissecting every frame believe the teased house is more than just a place for cutscenes. They interpret that half-finished living area as the first clue that Rockstar plans to push the boundaries of property customization, turning a once simple safe house into something players can develop like an entirely new side quest. In other words, the place might evolve with each mission completed, or each chunk of money you invest. Some say we've been heading in this direction for a while now. If you dig into the lore of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you'll find curious references in the game's leftover files. Enthusiasts discovered lines of code suggesting that at one point, Rockstar intended to allow the purchase of furniture for certain properties, perhaps letting gamers move refreshment stands, pool tables, or couches around in a custom interior. Such a system never saw the light of day in the final version, but that glimmer remains lodged in the collective memory of the fan base. Now, after so many years of waiting, it seems that concept may be rising from the ashes, bigger and better than we ever imagined. Because if you listen to the chatter surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6, the talk is not just about the standard car modifications and clothing picks. We're all anticipating an entirely new approach to personalizing your criminal empire's central hub. Let's set the stage further. Many fans following the cryptic clues point to Red Dead Redemption 2's camp upgrades as a stepping stone to what might come next. Remember in that game how you could enhance your encampment, expand supply wagons, and decorate the living spaces to boost morale among the gang? Well, consider that system a warm-up for house customization in a modern metropolis. Imagine being able to incrementally upgrade your home by adding new rooms, renovating a rundown garage, investing in top-of-the-line security systems, or even growing your own greenhouse of exotic plants if you're so inclined. The speculation is that Rockstar took notes from that earlier project and decided to implement a robust, story-driven mechanic in Grand Theft Auto 6 that ties your safe house's growth to feelings of progress and ownership. Even more thrilling is the notion that the ongoing partnership between characters, like the rumored duo Jason and Lucia, will factor into how you customize your property. We see glimpses of tension and synergy between them. Maybe Jason prefers practical additions like reinforced doors and hidden compartments to stash illicit goods, while Lucia might push for a more luxurious design that broadens your influence in the criminal underworld. The story wrote itself in the minds of many fans the moment they saw those trailer snippets. What if the player has to choose how to manage limited resources, deciding whether to pump money into the house or into gear for the next heist? That interplay could be an excellent narrative tool, shaping not only your living space, but the character's growth and the storyline's outcomes. Speaking of outcomes, the more cynical watchers of the trailers warn that all this customization might be purely cosmetic, with no real bearing on gameplay. But even that possibility doesn't stop excitement from bubbling over. People crave the chance to put a personal stamp on their virtual existence, from picking out the perfect sofa to selecting the color of the walls. For a series that is historically focused on open-world chaos, comedic satire, and sprawling story arcs, the introduction of a more homely focus might be a fascinating pivot. A portion of fans are also intrigued by how this feature might break up the pace of the game. After all, Grand Theft Auto is known for its intense combat scenarios and high-speed escapades, but every unstoppable criminal needs a place to lay low. What better way to wind down than tinkering with new windows or rearranging your stolen art? If you are as excited as I am about the freedom to craft your own dream hideout, then throw a like on this deep dive, because we're just scratching the surface of all the hidden details folks have unearthed so far. The impetus to do a few well-placed renovations might just keep us engaged long after we finish the main storyline. And if Rockstar truly nails it, offering both functional and purely aesthetic upgrades, this could be one of the most talked about features in the entire series. Let's talk about the possibility of a staged building process. Certain fans imagine full-blown missions dedicated to collecting rare materials or specialized contractors to unlock unique styles, like a hidden security panel that only gets installed after you forge alliances with shady tech gurus. There might be missions where you rush back to your half-complete house to protect it from rival gangs, or scenarios where you invite allies over to celebrate a successful heist by showing off your newly furnished living room. This kind of narrative synergy, where your house reflects your progress and your moral or immoral decisions, could grant Grand Theft Auto 6 an emotional depth that some critics claim the series lacks. Moreover, the speculation extends to the environment outside your base. If you can shape the interior, might you also influence the property's exterior design, landscaping, or even location? Imagine purchasing an abandoned warehouse district and slowly transforming it into a sprawling criminal empire headquarters. The concept tantalizes the imagination. Watch your stronghold evolve from a dingy building with cracked windows and spiderwebs into a fortress brimming with the spoils of your illicit achievements. The raw creative potential fires people up in a way rarely seen since the moment Rockstar introduced the notion of a sprawling shared world in Grand Theft Auto Online. Why all this fuss over a few half-second frames in a single trailer? For many, this is the promise of a new dimension in a franchise that has already pushed boundaries in every which way. Think about it. For years, when players wanted to show off their sense of style in Grand Theft Auto, they mostly changed outfits, tinkered with custom vehicles, or invested in high-end apartments that always had the same layout. The thought of something dynamic, a property custom-built to reflect each player's unique approach to chaos, cunning, and entrepreneurial spirit, sparks fervor across the entire gaming sphere. This is the kind of leap that could elevate Grand Theft Auto 6 from just another open-world sequel into an epoch-making phenomenon that changes how we interact with the digital cityscapes Rockstar so masterfully crafts. Of course, the possibility remains that fans have latched onto a mere transitional set piece, misreading a storyline moment in which Jason's house is still being constructed or repaired from an earlier incident. Could it be that we only see these changes in cutscenes, with no real freedom to decorate or expand the space ourselves? Some watchers point to older Rockstar titles, like LA, Noir, and Bully, where certain environmental details would shift for narrative reasons, but had no player-driven customization. This line of skepticism keeps threads buzzing, with people debating the credibility of every rumor. But the more you comb through the alleged leaks and scrutinize official responses, or lack thereof, the more it seems plausible that something big is coming our way. Yet, what if Rockstar is aiming for a middle ground reminiscent of how Red Dead Redemption 2 handled improvements to Arthur Morgan's campsite? Upgrades were possible, but largely structured around specific tasks. You had some degree of control, but it was not a fully fledged interior design simulator. We could see something similar in Grand Theft Auto 6, where certain missions unlock expansions or new items, but you still have to follow a curated path. The difference might be in the variety of items available, culminating in countless ways to reflect your unique style. And that limited but meaningful customization might be precisely what draws players back again and again, bridging the gap between narrative cohesion and personal creativity. Considering how Rockstar has historically unveiled features in waves, we probably will not see everything at once. The first trailer from earlier this year offered broad strokes of the setting, while the second trailer, if the rumors are correct, subtly revealed deeper mechanics. One can bet that a third or fourth official look at Grand Theft Auto 6 might devote more explicit attention to the concept of house customization, if they plan to include it. Until then, fans are scanning each pixel of the released footage to glean further clues. Some focus on the shape of roof beams, others on the presence of new shelving or paint swatches, each piece of evidence feeding the hype machine. If you are as hooked as I am on this roller coaster of speculation, make sure to subscribe for more analysis and updates as we inch closer to that potential release date in late May 2026. It is a long wait, but the drip feed of information has proven enough to keep us wide-eyed and hungry for more. In a gaming landscape saturated with sequels, spin-offs, and expansions, Rockstar's every move draws massive attention. The idea that they might finally be delivering on a house-building or decorating system resonates so strongly because it aligns with that universal desire to make your mark on the game world. Picture how this might impact multiplayer too. If Grand Theft Auto 6's online component allows for similar customization, entire neighborhoods could reflect the tastes and triumphs of different player factions. We might see girlfriends, boyfriends, or groups of friends band together to design communal hangouts, forging an identity beyond simply sporting matching outfits or driving identical cars. In that environment, a humble shack on the outskirts of the map might blossom into a notorious safe house, decked out with stolen goods, event trophies, and carefully curated artwork that tells a story about that group's combined accomplishments. These possibilities excite both the casual fans and the die-hard role players alike. Yet for all the hype, certain corners of the internet caution that we temper expectations until Rockstar confirms the rumor. After all, the gaming community has a track record of building entire narratives around fleeting glimpses, only to end up disappointed when the final launch does not deliver. Some are bracing for the possibility that Jason's under-construction house simply transitions from incomplete to complete as the story unfolds, without giving the player any actual say in how it happens. They recall the heartbreak years ago, when the rumored furniture placement system in San Andreas never surfaced. But even these more guarded fans cannot entirely stifle their curiosity or dampen the community's enthusiasm. Let us transition to how this feature might tie into the overarching storyline Rockstar is weaving. If the narrative places you and Lucia at odds with rival syndicates, maybe you need a well-fortified base to store contraband or hold hostages. If the game's plot revolves around climbing the criminal ladder, each structural upgrade could metaphorically and literally represent your ascension from small-time outlaw to big-league kingpin. Imagine the emotional force of seeing your battered walls gradually replaced by tasteful hardwoods, or hearing how your once silent home now bustles with allies eager to celebrate your latest victory. The detailed world-building that Rockstar is famous for would fit perfectly with such a system. The interplay between your living space and your in-game economy might also prove fascinating. Perhaps random events can damage your base if you neglect to maintain it, or you must choose between investing money in personal luxuries or funneling it into a new business venture. These choices could become part of side missions that test your resource management. Think about recruiting specialized interior designers, shady fixers who can install secret compartments, or high-end craftsmen who supply rare decor items. The drama of forging these partnerships, combined with the temptation to show off your exclusives, could amplify the sense of immersion. It's one thing to drive a flashy car through the city, it's another to invite your in-game crew or online friends into your meticulously modeled living room, replete with your trophies, stolen art, or hidden stashes. From a technical standpoint, building such an elaborate system is no small feat. Rockstar is already known for the stunning detail in their worlds, from hyper-realistic weather patterns to subtle character animations. Adding robust house customization on top of all that would be a formidable challenge. But if any studio has shown it can deliver these experiences at scale, it's Rockstar, especially with the budgets and long development cycles their marquee titles receive. Each frame of these trailers further demonstrates the leap in graphical fidelity from previous games in the series. The possibility that they would make interiors equally detailed opens a whole new realm of creative potential, especially if they integrate it with cutting-edge physics and lighting systems. Could you imagine tinkering with how the sunlight filters through your newly installed windows at different times of day? It bears mentioning that even if house customization is present, it is unlikely to overshadow the rest of the massive experience Grand Theft Auto 6 is bound to offer. From the insane set-piece heists to the comedic satire of modern society, Rockstar's trademark brand of storytelling will undoubtedly remain intact. The difference here is, we would be getting an added layer that invests us even deeper in the life of these characters. After a thrilling police chase or a high-stakes robbery, coming home to your evolving sanctuary might heighten your sense of ownership and fulfillment. That's precisely what's got fans buzzing. The thought that Grand Theft Auto might finally have found a way to merge frenetic action with cozy domestic satisfaction. In certain online discussions, fans speculate that the game might also integrate a house rating system, encouraging players to visit one another's properties and leave feedback or suggestions. Although that is purely hypothetical at this stage, it points to the communal aspect that next-generation gaming might unlock. Could we eventually see design contests or player-run auctions for ultra-rare decorations? Rockstar has already explored elaborate property ownership in Grand Theft Auto Online, but the rumored new approach suggests an even more personal and creative angle that goes far beyond picking from a predefined list of apartment interiors. Have these prospects kept you on the edge of your seat? If so, feel free to give this entire breakdown a supportive nod. Your participation ensures that we can continue digging for clues, unraveling hidden details, and discussing every possible angle of what Grand Theft Auto 6 might bring. Let's not forget that we have waited several years for any formal updates. The rumor mill exploded the moment whispers emerged about Rockstar possibly culminating their decades-long path of evolution in open-world design with this unprecedented interior customization system. So, here we stand, perched on the brink of a new era we can practically taste. Will the property customization hype be validated, or will it fade into the annals of gaming legends as one of the greatest features that never came to pass? The official Rockstar stance, as always, remains cryptic. Little by little, they tease us with each new trailer, brief glimpses of daily life for Jason and Lucia, cutscenes that flicker past like fireworks, and the tantalizing sight of half-finished walls. Such minimal, fleeting details are fueling a mountain of speculation that has overshadowed even other potential features like new vehicles, dynamic weather destruction, or rumored expansions to the police system. It's clear that house customization has lodged itself in the hearts and minds of the community. Regardless of the final outcome, the mere possibility has lit a spark among players who want that extra sense of agency in shaping their digital adventures. Throughout gaming history, the chance to personalize our surroundings has proven to be a huge draw. Whether it was building entire settlements in certain open-world titles or merely rearranging furniture in simpler life simulators. Merging that with the edgy, high-octane world of Grand Theft Auto is a recipe for a truly unstoppable phenomenon, if done right. And if the speculation holds any weight, Rockstar is obviously aiming to push boundaries once again, just as they did with earlier installments that revolutionized open-world gameplay. As we continue inching toward the title's rumored arrival on the 26th of May in 2026, the scope of what might be possible only grows larger in our collective imagination. Could we soon be living out not merely the wild escapades of a criminal vantage point, but also the more domestic thrill of building a comfortable corner in the city, directing how each beam is put in place, or what color scheme best fits our underworld swagger? For those enthralled by the chance to carve out a truly unique headquarters, the wait cannot end soon enough. And for those who remain skeptical, the day of official confirmation from Rockstar might leave them either triumphantly delighted or let down by reality. Ultimately, the key takeaway is that Grand Theft Auto 6, whether or not it realizes all these rumored features, is capturing hearts and imaginations before it has even hit the shelves. That alone speaks volumes about Rockstar's cultural force and the community's insatiable appetite for the next big thing. Combine that with the suggestion that we might finally break free from static safehouses into dynamic, story-driven, fully upgradable properties, and you have a formula for a gaming zeitgeist. Let's face it, The dream of turning a dingy, half-furnished hovel into a luxurious den of corruption, or perhaps a minimalist pad that discreetly hides your contraband empire, is too juicy for fans to ignore. Whether you are on board or still on the fence, the conversation is undeniably sizzling. All it took was a glimpse of a half-built interior in a trailer and some dusty bits of code from an older title to set the entire community ablaze. Now we watch and wait, eyes peeled for the next official update or tease, knowing that at any moment, Rockstar might confirm or deny the rumors in spectacular fashion. But until that day arrives, we'll keep building our theories, sharing our hopes, and wondering if the future of Grand Theft Auto is about to become more personal than ever. That, dear audience, is the heart of the matter. Will Grand Theft Auto 6 redefine how we shape our own criminal destiny? Only time and possibly hidden revelations in Rockstar's next trailer will tell. Until then, stay tuned, stay curious, and brace yourself for the possibility of walking through your newly styled front door to see a home that reflects every bold choice you made along your criminal path.